let it be known to you, O king, that we do not serve your gods, nor will we worship the gold image which you have set up. Look at someone sitting next to you and say, take a stand. Take a stand. Three things that I want to share with you tonight. Then we're going to invite all of our young people and young adults to come at the altar, and we're going to have a prayer, and we're going to pray the prayer of dedication over their lives. The first thing is, it's a choice. Tell somebody it's a choice. Taking a stand is always, has always, and will always be a choice. Standing up for what's right has always, is always, and will always be a choice. Three things. One, it's not by chance. You don't luck up and stand up. Oh, I'm teaching already. You may stumble and fall by chance, but you don't stand up by chance. Oh, am I right about it? I've never known anybody that says, I slipped and stood. Have you ever heard that? You may slip and fall, but you never slip and stand. If you stand, tell somebody it's not by chance. It's by choice. If you stand, it's because you have made a decision. You have chosen to stand. And that's why, and that's what I like about it. Because there's no ifs, ands, and buts. There's no way to head fake somebody out or fool somebody. If you're standing up, it is by choice. The second thing is that it will not be, it will never be by force. In other words, God will never make you take a stand. Now you can pray all you want, pray that the Lord will do this. There are certain things that God will not make you do. And so taking a stand is not by chance, nor will it or is it by force. If you're standing up, it's not because God made you do it. Some lightning from heaven came and lifted you up. Some tidal wave swept you up, and God made you stand up. There's no way in the Bible where God makes people take a stand. It wasn't the case with Abraham when God says, leave your father and your mother, go to a place where I will show you. Abraham had to decide to leave. God told Noah to build an ark because it will rain, although it had not rained in 120 years. Noah had to decide to build that ark. The hammer wasn't on automatic. It just didn't happen. God did not force him to do it. These three young men, although they were in a strange land, God was not going to force his will on them and on their lives. And I'm speaking to someone right now, because if you're waiting to straighten up after God makes you straight, you will be waiting for a long time. In fact, when the rapture comes, you'll still be waiting, because that is not how the Lord operates. Many of us who are now older found that out the hard way. We found it out that if we're going to stand up for our convictions, it is not going to be because God made it happen. It's a choice. Tell somebody it's a choice. And then the final point under this, it's a choice, is that it is a personal decision. It's not a parental decision. It's not a pastoral decision. It is nobody making you do it. You will have to do it for yourself. There may be people in our lives that we love dearly, and we will even give our lives for them. But there comes a point where we can only do so much. It is ultimately up to them. Look at somebody and say, it's your choice. If you're going to, it has to be your choice. The songwriter said, it is me, O Lord, standing in the need of prayer. Not my mother, my father, my sister, or my brother. It's me standing in the need of prayer. David in Psalms 51, having sinned against God with Bathsheba, having had her husband put to death, now confronted by the man of God, David confessed, Lord, against thee and thee only have I done this sin. It wasn't because Bathsheba was that fine or her husband Uriah was that bad. It was me. And we are living in a time in which we've got to stop putting the blame on everybody else. I mean, I don't care how bad and how selfish church folk can be. It's not their fault that you're not right. Because all of us have to live among things that are challenging to us. All of us have our trials and our tribulation. But through it all, oh, the late Bishop Sherman Thomas from Birmingham, Alabama, referred to as the Hammer from Alabama, preached a message when I was a young boy I'll never forget. Deacon Simmons, Albert Simmons loved this message. It's called Blooming Under Pressure. And Bishop Thomas used the analogy of a piece of grass that comes through concrete, and flowers that bloom through asphalt. And he says, sometimes when you got the right stuff in you, you can bloom under pressure. Asphalt, concrete, lying, everybody on top of you, but still, you're coming through it. You're coming through it. You can bloom under pressure. How many of you are a living witness that with God on your side, you can bloom under pressure? And so I want us to develop a no-excuse attitude. Drop the excuses. Stop blaming everybody. Stop having pity parties.